How to stop bugs from eating you alive when the world has ended, the pharmacy is ash, the DEET is gone, and something just crawled into your sock. You're sitting on a log. It's been 15 minutes. You pull up your sleeve and count. 1, 2, 5, 11 ticks. 11 in 15 minutes on one arm. Congratulations, you are now a buffet. Welcome to the woods. Welcome to the apocalypse. Welcome to the single most underrated threat in any survival scenario. Not the wolves, not the bandits, not the radiation, the bugs. Mosquitoes alone kill over 1 million people a year. 1 million. More than sharks, snakes, wars, and bad decisions combined. And that's before the world ended. Now there's no hospital, no antibiotics, no doctor to tell you that the weird rash spreading up your leg is probably fine. It's not fine. But here's the thing. You don't need a pharmacy. You don't need a military supply depot. You need two things. Two stupid, simple, almost embarrassingly low-tech things that the military figured out decades ago and somehow never told you. Until now. I'm going to teach you how to make yourself completely invisible to bugs. Not metaphorically, chemically and physically invisible, like a ghost in cargo pants. Let's go. Hack number 1, the armor you already own. Forget the spray, forget the candles, forget the clip-on fan that smells like a chemical plant and dies in 40 minutes. This hack costs $0. It's called dressing like you're going to war. Because in the woods, you are. Here's what nobody tells you about bugs. Ticks, chiggers, ants, they don't teleport. They don't fly at you. They crawl, slowly, methodically, like tiny 8-legged accountants looking for the perfect spot to file their paperwork inside your body. They start at the ground. They go up. That's the whole strategy. Your only job, close every gap between the ground and your skin. Start with your boots. Not sneakers, not sandals, not the flip-flops you've been wearing since the grid went down. 8-inch boots, high boots, the kind that say, I mean business, because the business is not getting Lyme disease. Now the part almost nobody does. Tuck the pants into the boots. I know, you look like a soldier from 1943. You look absolutely ridiculous. You don't care, because you're alive, and the guy in cargo shorts is currently hosting a tick convention in places I won't describe on camera. Tuck the pants into the boots. You've just built a fortress wall at ankle level. Any tick climbing your boot hits the fabric and has nowhere to go. It walks in circles, gets confused, gives up, and goes to find someone who cares more about fashion than survival. Now the pants themselves. Avoid pants with 1,000 straps, buckles, and decorative loops. Every one is a tiny door. Welcome, warm, dark space just past the zipper. You want smooth, simple, close-fitting fabric. Military BDUs work. Hiking pants work. Your dead neighbor's tactical trousers work. Just no unnecessary architecture. Now tuck your shirt into your pants. Seal the waist. Close the gap. Ticks trying to reach your torso now have to climb your shirt in full view, where you can flick them into oblivion. Arms? Arms are fine. You can see them. The real horror happens in the places you can't. Back of the knee, inner thigh, sock line, the places where ticks retire and raise families. Close those zones. Seal the perimeter. This one hack, just dressing correctly, eliminates 95% of bug bites before a single chemical, before a single dollar spent. The military has dressed this way in jungles so thick with bugs they block out the sun. Not for comfort, not for style, because it works. In the apocalypse, working is the only style that matters.
Let's continue with hack number 2, the chemical ghost suit. You've sealed the perimeter. You're 95% protected, but 5% still includes malaria, West Nile, Lyme disease, and, I'm not making this up, alpha-gal syndrome, a tick bite condition that makes you allergic to meat for life in the apocalypse, where meat might be the only thing keeping you alive. We're handling that remaining 5% with chemistry. specifically permethrin. Not a sketchy backyard concoction, permethrin is a synthetic compound derived from chrysanthemum flowers. The military has been treating uniforms with it since Vietnam. It's why soldiers in the jungle weren't dropping from malaria every other week. Here's the key. You don't spray it on your skin, you spray it on your clothes. It bonds to the fabric. When any bug, tick, mosquito, chigger, anything with more legs than you touches that fabric, it absorbs a hit of neurotoxin through its exoskeleton. It doesn't bite, it doesn't try, it just stops, falls off, dies confused. You become chemically a no-fly zone. Now here's where most people waste money. Sawyer sells pre-made permethrin spray, 0.5% concentration, $17 for 24 ounces. It works, but you're paying premium prices for mostly water. Instead, go to any farm supply store. Find 10% permethrin concentrate, the stuff farmers use for livestock. Same molecule, about $17 for 16 ounces of concentrate. Apocalypse math time. Mix 1 part concentrate to 10 parts water. That gives you 1% solution, double the commercial strength, perfect for clothing. From that $17 bottle, you get roughly 160 ounces of 1% solution versus 24 ounces at half the strength from the commercial spray. 6 times more product, double the concentration, same price. That math is the difference between protected and eaten alive. Application. Lay clothes flat outside. Spray every surface, front, back, inside, outside, collar, cuffs, sock line. Saturate until damp, not dripping. Then leave it alone for 24 hours. Air dry in the shade. No dryer, no direct sun. UV and heat destroy the bond before it sets. Hang it, let it cure. Once dry, it's locked in, invisible, odorless, but every bug that touches those clothes will know it's there. One treatment survives 4 to 6 weeks of wear, rain, and sweat. Hand wash cold, air dry, and your ghost suit stays active. Combine both hacks and you're untouchable. Ticks find no gap. Mosquitoes land on your sleeve and immediately regret every decision that led them to this moment. Chiggers wander your boot in existential confusion and give up on life entirely. You walk through the swarm like a ghost, like a myth, like someone who read the manual while everyone else was panicking. The science fast. Permethrin is a pyrethroid. It jams insect sodium channels open. The nerve fires, keeps firing. Paralysis, convulsions, nothing. For you, your liver metabolizes it before it accumulates. Same molecule, completely different outcome. Targeted chemistry at its most brutal and elegant. The clothing system? Pure physics. Bugs travel upward from the ground. Close the path, you close the threat. No gap, no entry. No entry, no bite. No bite, no disease. No disease, you survive another week. So here's where you stand. Boots tucked into pants, shirt tucked into pants, every gap sealed like you're entering a biohazard zone, because you are. It's called outside. Clothes treated with DIY permethrin mixed from a $17 bottle that lasts half a year, under $20 total. Chemically and physically invisible to the deadliest threat in any survival scenario. The mosquitoes are still out there. The ticks are still waiting on every blade of grass. The chiggers are still plotting in the leaf litter like tiny orange conspirators. But they're not getting to you. You walk through the swarm. Nothing lands, nothing bites, nothing burrows. The bugs circle. They sense something. They don't understand it. You do. That's the difference between surviving and just not dying yet. Stay sealed, stay treated, stay alive.